Hello, welcome back to the clinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you so much for checking out the videos, the podcast, the website, theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I also recently purchased the clinicaltrials.guru, and I'm working with my tech team to get it to point to the clinicaltrialsguru.com. But as soon as .guru became available as a web extension, I picked that one up too. So regardless of how you type in the URL, I'm trying to get different, trying to buy a whole bunch of domains that are related to the Clinical Trial Guru name, so that eventually they could all point to the clinicaltrialguru.com to make it easier, more convenient for everyone to find it. Wanted to do a quick video today. I got a question. It's in regards to study coordinating, and specifically, how long does it take for a study coordinator to kind of learn the ropes of the industry? So let's say you got someone brand new, you just hired someone brand new at your research clinic, never had any study coordinator experience, never had any research experience. How long would it take that person to learn everything, all the stuff I talk about in my Introduction to Clinical Research DVD or the books, which you can get, by the way, on the website? Learn all the basic fundamentals of clinical research and still understand how to actually execute it within the context of a protocol and within the framework of a protocol, an actual study. Monitors, if you ask monitors this, CRAs, I've asked, and they've told me it takes 3 years. I think that's a little much. I think that's 3 years. We're not trying to get a super coordinator here. We're just trying to get someone with no experience to actually know what they're doing and to be able to actually run a clinical trial or two on their own. So 3 years, you may get an experienced coordinator, which I would agree with you CRAs on, but to actually learn the basic fundamentals of research and how to just not totally screw up on one study, I would say that it can be done in a year. And in my experiences, I've been doing this for 10 years. I've hired people with no experience, I've hired people with some experience. It usually takes 1 year before they're up and running, and really know what they're doing when it comes to running an actual study. And I don't care if that's someone fresh out of college who's you hired to become a coordinator, someone who is a medical assistant that you hire to be a coordinator, someone that's a foreign MD that you hire to be a coordinator. It doesn't matter. Usually it takes 1 year for someone to learn how to run a study by themselves. And that's pretty much, I found that to be consistent and throughout the 10 years I've been doing this. So every company is different. Every company has their own SOPs. And of course, every clinical trial is different. But to actually learn the fundamentals and the basic building blocks of running a clinical trial, I would say it's 1 year. That's my answer to you. The hardest part is probably learning what is super important versus what is generally considered something you have to do, but not as super important. For example, learning how to do an informed consent is super important. Learning how to check certain boxes on a lab request form or ordering certain supplies is still important, but it's not as important. So you'll see a lot of coordinators make the same mistakes. Usually it comes down to consenting, whether they made sure that the study participant initial and dated everywhere they're supposed to, making sure that the PIs are not missing any signatures, making sure that all the IRB correspondence is filed in a timely manner, making sure that adverse events are reported, serious adverse events are reported in a timely manner, and most importantly, making sure that major protocol deviations do not occur. These are usually the main stumbling blocks. So if you hire someone brand new as a coordinator with no experience, look out for those things. But all in all, I think it should take a year. After a year, most of the mistakes have been made, and hopefully, with a good training system in place at your research clinic and good SOPs and good management, um, they won't repeat these mistakes, and in about a year's time, you'll have a pretty good study coordinator. That's my answer, and thank you for watching. And I wanted to give a shout out to my Clinical Trial Guru producers. That is Sarah Elizabeth Siegler, Resolve Research Solutions, Accurate Clinical Trials, Erdhart Clinical Trials, PTNR, Patrick Stone, Darshan Kulkarni, Biopharm Systems, Zymewire, Mozio, St. Paul Medical Research Center, Investigators Research Group, Phlebotomy Services, Atria Clinical Research Management, Rheumatic Disease Clinical Research Center, Clinexus Research LLC, Coastal Connecticut Research LLC. Thank you guys very much. This is Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Take care.